Welcome one, welcome all to another episode of I Ramble About Shit Late at Night because I have nothing better to do. Now, today we are talking about the 2024 US Senate elections, and I'm going to be doing a nice little prediction for y'all on these. So, 2024 is a pretty big year for Senate. The map is very Republican favorable. Roughly the states that favor Republicans, as you can see. They outpace the states that favor Democrats. Those are all states I expect to go Republican in the presidential election without much contention. Now, that doesn't mean that this map is a loss for Democrats. They can still maintain, as they have certain senators, such as Tester in Montana, Sherrod Brown in Ohio, and, well, those are the main ones. Joe Manchin in West Virginia, but he's retiring. And if they can hold on to those, plus maybe make a pickup in Texas against incumbent Senator Ted Cruz, who is famously not super well liked. And the reason Beto O'Rourke was a contender in 2020 at all was because he got Cruz down to like a point or something. I don't actually remember the margin here. We can check really quick. 2018, my bad. 2.6. Now, let's just start with the states that are pretty safe for Dems. Washington, I think it'll be within 15, but not majorly. Republicans don't really have a shot here. Cantwell is well liked, but 2018 was a Dem year, or blue wave year, and it's just not. Historically, Washington senatorially votes about 14 points to the left. If you look at the governor's election, it's 13. They're blue, but they're not. They're not safe blue per se. So we'll put them there. I would guess 14, 13 points somewhere in there. California will be safe. It'll go to a runoff election probably first. I doubt any of the candidates will get more than 50%. And right now, it looks like it'll be Porter versus Schiff. I'm not prepared to predict who would win that. I think Schiff would narrowly beat Porter, but that's not definitive by any means. We're too far out. I haven't paid much attention to that race. Democrats are going to sweep pretty much no matter what. There is no hope for Republicans in this race. New York. Putting it safe might be a little contentious. In fact, I am going to say that it will come down just under 15. Gillibrand won by 34. But then Chuck Schumer won by only 14 in 2022. Now, if we look at Schumer's previous performance, it was 43 points. So, saying New York comes down to likely isn't impossible. It's not unlikely. It's maybe a little bold, but I don't think it's that weird. Vermont's going to be safe. Massachusetts is going to be safe. Rhode Island's going to be safe. Connecticut's going to be safe. Maryland's going to be safe. There's not really much explanation needed here. Delaware will be safe. Hawaii will be safe. As for Republicans, we've got states such as Wyoming, North Dakota, Nebraska, Tennessee, West Virginia. The popular governor, Jim Justice, is running to replace Joe Manchin's seat. He is a former Democrat. He switched parties, I believe, sometime after 2018. He's popular. He's kind of similar to Joe Manchin in policy-wise. You probably won't see too much of a shift there. He's not super Trumpian per se. So as far as policy and rhetoric goes for the West Virginia Senate seat, I don't expect much of a change. Hawley, I think he'll do well. I don't know if he'll get safe, but it'll be high likely at the very least. Indiana, probably safe. Mississippi. How'd she do in 2018? I believe it's Hyde Smith's seat. I can double check. Wicker. So, Wicker did 19 points. Hyde Smith, bit more controversial, obviously. But Wicker, yeah, he'll be fine. Rick Scott. I see this seat going low likely, but likely nonetheless. uh, Utah, I see likely. Evan McMullin did well in 2022. I could see him vying to replace Romney, as Romney is retiring, and this is his seat. So maybe we'll see him come back, maybe with Romney's endorsement. That would help him. I don't know. We'll see. I think it'll be, if it's him versus a Republican again, I think it'll be within 10 this time. Uh, on the Democrat side, I did miss Pennsylvania. I believe will be pretty good. Fetterman obviously isn't great, but Casey, who is running for re-election, I believe. Yeah, I clicked the wrong map, but he does well. He did 13 points. I expect it'll be north of 5 somewhere. Maine, Angus King. He's not really a Democrat, but he does caucus with them, so we are going to use that color. And as for Vermont, Bernie Sanders is the running. I'm 50-50 that he'll retire. We'll see. He's fucking old, dude. So we'll see. Minnesota, I think will be high likely. It's Klobuchar's seat, and she's historically good with Minnesotans. And Virginia, is it Tim Kaine's seat? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it's Tim Kaine's seat. And then New Mexico, I believe, is Heinrich's seat is up, and he's decently popular, won by 20 or so, I think, in 2018. But that was mainly because former Governor Gary Johnson was running for the Libertarians and took off like 15% of the vote. So, we'll see. As for lean states, I think Arizona will be lean. Gallego is a decent candidate, as well as the state just trending leftwards in general. I think we could see this come within 5, but more north of 1, somewhere around 2. He's not as popular as Mark Kelly, per se, but yeah, we'll see, pretty much. Texas, Ted Cruz, I think he's not super well liked. Yeah, he'll do okay. Montana, I think Tester goes down, personally. At this point, polarization is just so tough that I don't even think that Farm King Tester can overcome it. Wisconsin, I can't remember who it is. Tammy Baldwin. She's decently popular. As you can see, she won by 10 in 2018. And Ron Johnson has been her co-senator for years. He's been in the Senate longer than her. Anyway, now New Jersey I think will be lean. Bob Menendez is not popular, and he's corrupt, and he's a problem, and the Democrats kind of need to get rid of him, but even if they do, he's going to leave a sour taste in the mouth of New Jerseyans. And just, they'll want to see something new, probably. So, New Jersey, I think, will be around where it was gubernatorially in 2021, which we can pull up here. Murphy 3.2. But yeah. So now we've got 3 states left. Republicans already have control of the Senate, so we're not really going to be concerned about that. Michigan. As we can see, Debbie Stabenow, she is retiring. She's decently popular. We can look up 6.5. But the people vying for her seat, people that have been thrown around, none of them stand out. Elisa Slotkin, maybe a little bit. But none of them are super great for this seat. And Republicans can put up some pretty decent candidates, if I remember correctly. I don't know any of their names, but they can put somebody up and they can get it close. I don't think they can win it, but they can get it damn close, within one. Nevada, I think it goes Republican. That's going to be kind of controversial, but I do have Nevada going Republican for Trump in my presidential election. And I think down ballot effects will barely carry whoever the Republican nominee is over the line. It could be that war hero guy whose name escapes me, or it could be maybe Adam Laxalt, who ran last year. But point is, Jackie Rosen, I've heard that she's popular. I don't necessarily buy into that. We'll see. And finally, I also believe Sherrod Brown goes down. Again, it's just polarization. Ohio is a significantly Republican state. It votes for Trump by its governor, can't remember their name. Apologies for that. But the governor won re-election or election by well over 15 in 2022. Tim Ryan put up a famously good fight in 2022 for Senate, but he fell short by 5 points to J.D. Vance, who famously wasn't even in the state for a significant time during that campaign. Sherrod Brown, he's got that wholesome white working class root stuff, but I don't see his path to victory. I don't see it. So yeah, that's my prediction, pretty much. Republicans will gain back control of the Senate 53-47. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked this shit, like it. If you didn't, I don't know. Just write me a nasty email or something. Get real dirty. I don't care. I'm not gonna read it. If you like, if you think this is something you'd like to hear more of, consider subscribing. Anyway, that's me. Done. Bye.